Guys, coming at you with another video. I hope you liked the video on my AK yesterday. Um, Hope you guys thought that was a pretty cool setup. Um, but what I'm gonna do today is talk about eye protection, some of the stuff I use, and why I use what I use over the other option that you can use. Because if you see, what I'm going to show you is basically paintball mask, which to some people may be not as cool or not as tactical looking, but for me and my purposes, the paintball mask is the way to go over the other ones, and I'll say why. Um, so first off, I'm going to go some of my other paintball masks. I'm not sure. I know one of them's still in production, but they put a newer model of it out. And the other one, I'm not even sure if they do. But let me go to the one I'm not sure if they make anymore. Sorry if they're dusty. They've been sitting for a while because I don't use them. These are more collector things that I kind of give out to friends. I need to get the lenses replaced, so I haven't really touched them in a while. And yeah, they just collected dust, and I really haven't had a purpose to take the dust off. But yeah, here they are. These are Empire events. They're a really low profile. Let me put them on real quick. As you can see, they're a really low profile. I'm not sure if you can actually hear me. You can still breathe. There's a little bit of bounce to it for a paintball purpose. Really, as you can see, really wide field of view. Like the lens stops right here. So it's like all of this is your field of view basically. So you get a pretty wide field of view. Also very easy. I bought these when they first came out because they're so easy to change the lens. Basically, you just pop the strap off. There's little tabs right in here. Actually, yeah, right there. You just pop that out and pop out the lens. And pretty much you can change it on the spot. Super comfy. Again, I'm not sure if they make these anymore. But yeah, this is a pretty cool mask. For this one, I know they make them. They still make these, and they're honestly really good. They're pretty cheap too. These are the V-Force grills. These are so old that the plastic, the rubber's actually flexing in. These are really squishy. If anybody doesn't know, V-Force is actually a really good brand with paintball mask. And so some of the stuff you'll see with paintball mask is there's a squishiness to some of them compared to other ones, and that's just basically for them to take a hit, flex a little bit, and hopefully bounce the ball. But if you're getting shot in the face, you're pretty much in a bad day. These have a little bit less field of view, but if I recall, I haven't used these in a while. Yeah, you pull these, you push in the couple tabs, pull them out, and you can pop this section off. You do that on both sides, pull out the mask. So they're pretty quick change. If you're looking at paintball mask, most of the ones nowadays are quick change. But yeah, highly recommend quick change. Because compared to the other ones, quick change is a lifesaver. The only thing I'll say about these is a lot of modern day ones have better foam, and you can actually, like, this foam's still good. You can see it, like, I'm not going to show you, but you can see there's some spots where, like, you can tell the foam's kind of worn out. But with the more modern day mask, and I'll show you with my current, like the ones I use right now, is you can actually pull up, they actually make it where you can disconnect the foam pieces and put new ones in. So it prolongs the life of it. But yeah, if you can find these, I just need to get new lenses. I'm not sure if I can find some for the events, but I know I can definitely find some for these because these are still in there and these are pretty cheap. I just don't trust these lenses because these lenses are old, and if I give these to somebody, I honestly don't want to give them a comfort of having stuff that doesn't really stand up to modern stuff because like plastic and stuff will get more brittle over time. I think like people like I remember last time I checked, it's like every 1 or 2 years change out your lenses. These are way past that, sadly, because these were more just like, okay, I'm just gonna keep these around because they're a good mask. Um, but yeah, those are still being the grills are still being made. I'm not sure if they changed the foam stuff on it, but mine doesn't have it. But I know that they're doing the understrap chin version of it nowadays because that's been the new paintball rule. Um, Going on to my other paintball mask, which what I use for both paintball and airsoft, um, is my Dye i5s. Um, slash i4s. I4s don't have this on there. I really like this. This feature is really good because there's this adjustable dial to like help you adjust your mask without having to take it off and stuff like that. You can on the fly just twist it and you can get the proper tension you want on your face. It protects your ears because there's a little foam padding on the ears. It does come with the GoPro mount in the box. I just don't have it. Um, the foam, as you can see, that clip right there, you just basically take it off, and they're all clipped all the way around, and you can take it off. You can wash it. I may do that with this one because if you don't know, you'll still sweat, and the foam will absorb the sweat. So every so often, just wash them out. The foam is a lot nicer filling than both the other masks. And I'm not sure how much the lenses are. I forgot how much I spent for this, but it still has some flexibility to the mask itself. So for paintball uses, you can't. It's not going to be as much as some of the other ones that are like extremely like giving, but it still got enough give to it. This is my clear lens, which is what I use for indoor fields. Just because clear lenses don't block light, and in indoor scenarios, you want more light. You want to be able to see. This is the lens that came with it. You can't really see it, but they call it like the blue iodine, dilithium or some stupid thing like that. You can kind of see like like there's blue tint to it. But I use this a mirror lens. I use mirror lens for outdoors, so you're not like being blinded by light while still being able to see. I use this primarily because it's comfy, it protects, I can still breathe. Let me put them on real quick. I can usually put these over my glasses, I just don't want to right now. If you can hear me, I'm not sure how much it is compared to the other ones, but I'm not hearing as much bounce back with the mask. And I've had nobody ever tell me that, hey, I can't hear you. So that's a cool thing. Honestly, highly recommend this or the i4s. You can also get the EVS and other masks. I'm not just saying like, hey, go with this because this is a pretty expensive mask. But I will honestly say, eye protection above all else is what you need because hey, your gun can break, but you can go buy another gun. If your eye protection fails, you can't replace eyeballs. So think about that first. It's the first thing I always tell people whenever they get into paintball or stuff, look at good eye pro. Because with the paintball mask, a lot of the good paintball masks right off the bat have thermal lenses, which are ones that don't fog. They're designed not to fog. My glasses will fog in them, but the lenses don't fog because my glasses aren't designed for that. Which Honestly, thermal lenses, get thermal lenses. Don't get that stuff you spray on, the anti-fog spray, because you'll constantly have to redo it. Get a mask or goggles with thermal lenses. Um, it just makes sense. You don't. They cost a little bit more for thermal lenses, but you're not having to spray stuff and hopefully it doesn't do it because thermal lenses just work. And at points in time with paintball, thermal lenses have been around for so long that you're like most of the time not going to run into problems with them. Um, and again, if something bad happens to your lenses with the one that has quick change thing, easy in out. The only downfall with the Dye i5s, and I believe also with the Dye i4s, because it's pretty much the same design. It's just a Dye i5 feature set strap. At the first few times you change out the lenses are going to be a pain because the clamps can be tough. But yeah, honestly, invest in good iPro. Now here goes the one that I would consider a bad investment that I thought was cool, and it's like, okay, I can do this. Then as it went on, I started to realize it's not, because other fields that I go to don't allow for this. That's one of the reasons why I get the paintball stuff, but I'll explain it when I get to the goggles section. This is a Wark helmet. It looks cool. It honestly fits well. It offers full around head protection. And why I bought it was it incorporates a helmet and a goggle system. Which I'm like, okay, I get full head protection. Like, clearly it's going to be hard for people not to hear you. The goggles are anti-fog. You can mount a GoPro right here, tactical accessories. There's holes for hearing. You can adjust the padding and stuff on the inside. Not glasses friendly for me, so I had to wear my contacts when I do these. But if anybody's noticing, a lot of places don't consider this a full seal or safe enough for a full seal. Like to be able to allow you to wear this. I tried this at one of the fields in Houston, and they instantly told me I had to get something different, because unlike what with you'll see with goggles and paintball mask, you got that foam that protects your eyes. That literally covers your eyes. So let's say a BB or a stray paintball hits from below and bounces up in your mask. This will protect your eyes. There's nothing like that with the Wark. So some places will not consider this a full mask. It looks cool, and it's expensive. But again, I was like, iPro helmet, yay, type of scenario. Also, the mask makes it hard to aim down sights. Just because it's so bulgy and doesn't give because it's metal mesh. Unlike the paintball mask, which have give to them. It works, but just again, some places don't accept this, and if you're going for the I don't want paintball goggles look, you can get a goggle and mask with the helmet, and it'll do the same exact thing. I just like the all-in-one system, but honestly, I haven't used it more than 3 times because I had to go get a paintball mask. So, as much as it looks cool, I can't recommend it. But on the goggles, I don't run goggles just because the fact that a lot of goggles I have a hard time getting them over my glasses, as well as a lot of goggle manufacturers don't do thermal lenses. I don't know why they don't do thermal lenses, and the ones that do thermal lenses aren't quick change thermal lenses, and they're pretty much the same price as a good paintball as like a decent like this. They're pretty much the same price as this. But with most fields, you have to have face like full face protection. So you have to get the little wire. You have to get something to go over your mouth. So and those it depends very much on them. I didn't when I actually wore way back in the day when I first got into airsoft before I realized, hey, I could use a paintball mask. Is I used to have I used to wear goggles and one of the masks, and the mask would just rub up against my cheeks and my beard and feel very uncomfortable. There's new systems now where people are coming up with it's mesh in the front, cloth on the side, so it's a little bit more easy. I'm when I get back into goggles, I'm probably gonna do that. Um, but honestly, I just like the fact that paintball mask does both what the goggles and mask do because it's a full face protection. Also, one of the things, like I said, one of the reasons why I don't do those is when I go to outdoor fields, especially one of the ones that I'm planning on doing. First thing I heard from them was you have to have a paintball mask, and the guy goes, "Why?" It's like we're still playing paintball here while we're still allowing airsoft, and so even though your airsoft mask is good for airsoft, paint and we're still trying to make it to where you're not covered in paint and paint gets in your mouth. Even though it's paintballs are non-toxic, it still poses a problem with their insurance company, as they put it, where unlike a paintball mask, while it still has breath holes and stuff, if you get hit, it's not gonna be and possibly dent in your stuff. Because unlike metal, plastic is forgiving and it will stretch. And if something hits metal and it has enough force behind it to deform it, it's not going back. Um, and they don't. And the insurance company was saying they didn't want to risk it with paintballs. Um, Same way as this, in a lot of places, doesn't count as full eye protect, like sealed eye protection. Or BB can get in there and start rattling around. Like there's nothing separating me from doing this. So I'll be putting a link, hopefully, if I can find these, some of the links to these. Um, if not, I know I'm definitely going to do the i5s, possibly i4s, and Quarkoff Evike. I don't think Evike sells these. Sells the other two. Um, I may try to do a link to maybe A&S gear. I hate A&S gear though, because how they run, and not going to go into a rant, but A&S gear hurts the paintball business in general. I love how you can see the reflection of my screen on there. So I don't want to kind of give them business because I prefer local paintball businesses. But since I live in Houston, most people probably viewing aren't going to live in Houston. The only I will say I found these at Pro Edge Paintball, which is a really good paintball store. The guy who runs it has been in Houston paintball for a long time. Also, he's on shit. What's the name of the? He's on the. I forgot the name of the team. He's actually on a professional paintball team, the Dallas whatever they are. I know the Houston Heat, but I forgot what the Dallas team is. Why could I not know it? Dallas Diesel and Dallas something else. I don't think he's on Diesel. AC Dallas. Yeah, he's actually on AC Dallas. Um, yeah, he's a cool dude. He knows what he's talking about. But yeah, hopefully that's a little bit for you guys to know something about some stuff. Again, if you're if if your places won't allow matte stuff, highly suggest the i5s or i4s or possibly the EVS. The EVSs look a little bit more cool, but to me, I didn't like the fit on my face. But honestly, that also brings me to one last point I forgot. Make sure when you go and buy any gear and stuff, make sure that it feels good on you. You don't want to be tugging on it. You don't want something that feels super uncomfortable. You want something that is on your face that you really don't have to worry about. That that doesn't, restrict your breathing like these don't, because obviously massive air holes. This one is a little bit more restricting, but it's not that bad. I never had problems with them. Um, Same with the grills. Grills are pretty much open as hell. Work, of course, there's nothing really blocking your air sucking ability. Um, but yeah, make sure it feels good on you. Make sure it's something that you feel comfortable in. And yeah, that's why like I like paintball masks, because a lot of the paintball places will allow you to try stuff. They'll have little display models you can put on. That will give you a general feel for it. Again, I chose the i5 because I liked it a little bit more than the EVS. Um, but to each their own. Um, yeah, thank you for watching. Yada yada yada, usual stuff. And I'll see you next time. Later, guys.